This area was first settled in the 1850s. The California and the Mormon Trail crossed the Bear River right around here. Nicknamed Poverty Flats, Hillard wouldn't become a town until the arrival of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1868. Hillard and the ghost town of Piedmont became important stops for water and wood for the steam engines. We get to travel exactly where the old steam engines made their way across this part of Wyoming, to a town that disappeared as quickly as it appeared. Hey everybody, what's up? Well, we're going to Wyoming today. I'm on a historic railroad grade and we're gonna go see at least two old ghost towns. And they both sort of coexisted with each other. But their main purpose was to supply railroad ties. And then I think it later turned into them making charcoal. But this used to be the Union Pacific Railroad. And it goes right to the ghost town we're headed to. So I know we'll find that. I know where this other ghost town is too. And then I think there's supposedly some tunnels that bypassed this part of the route. And so I'm gonna see if I can go find those. Welcome to the town of Piedmont, Wyoming. We're pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, checking out a pretty cool old ghost town. A long time ago, I accidentally stumbled across this ghost town. So it's one of my favorite ones, close to home. This town was born from the railroad. In 1868, the railroad was one of the most significant events in the history of the West. Over the next 35 years, Piedmont would experience a thriving logging and charcoal making industry. In 1869, Moses Byrne saw an opportunity. With the vast timber stands in the nearby Uinta Mountains, he used the lumber to produce charcoal and sell it to the iron smelting industry in the Salt Lake Valley. The Golden Spike ceremony celebrating the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad was scheduled to happen at Promontory Point in Utah on May 7th, 1869. The day before, the train carrying the Union Pacific Vice President was stopped in Piedmont by railroad ties piled on the tracks and 300 angry workers who demanded $200,000 in back pay. He was forced to wire the money and pay the workers before he could leave. After paying the workers, they hooked his car to the next train out of town. The historic Golden Spike was driven on May 10th, 1869, 3 days late. During Piedmont's heyday, the town had a general store, hotel, school, post office, and several saloons. The notorious Butch Cassidy met up with his gang in Piedmont in 1896 before riding off to rob the Montpelier, Idaho bank. Treasure hunters still search for the stolen gold, reportedly buried somewhere nearby. Calamity Jane even spent some time in Piedmont. She apparently lived here as a young girl. Ultimately, all good things must come to an end. In 1901, the railroad completed a mile-long tunnel through Aspen Mountain, just a few miles north of town, eliminating the previous rail route through Piedmont. Without the railroad, the logging and charcoal businesses collapsed. It was the beginning of the end. Piedmont struggled until the 1940s. The general store closed due to lack of business, and that marked the end of Piedmont. Now only a few houses, some charcoal kilns, and a cemetery are still here today. But it's really cool to see the craftsmanship on some of these cabins. This one back here has hand-cut logs on it. I'll go show you those. These old logs were chopped by an axe. You can see it really good on these logs. All the dents from when they were chopping. There's a little bit more to this ghost town. Actually, what's left is pretty cool. So we'll head right down the road, a couple hundred yards, and we'll be there. Oh, sweet. I didn't see this little plaque here before. Willie Burney, 1892 to 1940. Well, we better stop and get a look at this building first. It's pretty big. There's a big leg bone in there. From a cow, I'd imagine. But there's a feeding trough along that wall right there. So this was definitely some sort of stable for either cows or horses. Yeah, no windows. There was a window, but they logged it up. They didn't board it up, they logged it up. So here's where that window was. Cool. Kind of looks like the top of an old stove or something. There's a chipmunk. He's all, this is my house. Okay, well, we're almost there. We just got to go right to those. These are the charcoal kilns of Piedmont, 3 of the best preserved kilns in the region. Piedmont originally had 5, and it's been estimated between here and Hillard there were about 40. Workers would fill the kilns with logs harvested from the nearby Uinta Mountains. They would tightly pack the kiln with logs, seal off the door and the window up top with steel plates mortared in place. Then they would light the wood on fire, but not allowing it to fully burn, just smolder. They controlled the burn by plugging the small vent holes around the bottom of the kiln. It took 6 to 8 days of slow firing and 5 days of cooling to produce the charcoal. Just imagine 40 of these things sending smoke across the region. Charcoal burns hotter than wood. Most of the charcoal was shipped to the Salt Lake Valley for use in the smelters. There's a pretty good echo in here. Cuckoo! Cuckoo, cuckoo! Still smells like charcoal in here. And the walls are coated with black soot. We got the remains of a kiln right here. Because I think these other 3 have been rebuilt. Maybe. Better read this little plaque. Well, I read a sign that warned me about this. We got a cattle drive coming. I still need to fly the drone, so I don't want to scare them, so I gotta wait. So we're gonna watch the cattle drive go by. Okay, well that was Piedmont. Now we're headed east. And then I think we gotta cross back over into Utah for this next ghost town. So I'll just enjoy this nice little dirt road out in the middle of nowhere. All I've seen is them cows and them cowboys. And I think 2 cars passed while I was at Piedmont. But I don't know how long it'll take us to get there. Then after that, I'm gonna go back and look for them train tunnels. See if I can find them. See if there's a road that'll get me there. Wow, look at that view. See the little lake down by Piedmont. Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Piedmont's is right there. For them trees. I lied. This view's a little bit better. You can see the hyenas. Even still a little bit of snow up there. Snow. This is Black's Fork Commissary, a logging and supply outpost in the Uinta Mountains. Just across the state line and only 1 valley away from Piedmont, Black's Fork provided lumber for the railroad and the charcoal kilns. The cabins in this ghost town are unique. Built in a style called a dog trot, 2 bunkhouses connected by a covered porch, more like a breezeway. So far, it's the only time I've seen this style of cabin. Eventually, around 1930, timber resources dwindled. Technologies changed. Portable sawmills and chainsaws led to the end of traditional logging towns. Black's Fork's Commissary was abandoned in the 1930s. From what I can tell, this cabin was the post office. All right, that's as far east as I'm gonna go. I'm gonna turn around and head back the way I came, kind of. I wanna see if I can go find them train tunnels. Let's go see if we can find them. You gonna run for it, baby? Oh my gosh, there's another baby. Now mommy's got twins. I don't think I'm gonna have time today for these tunnels. I found the road, but it's pretty rough and it's gonna be slow. And I wanna go see some more fall colors because I'm taking the long way home. just because these tunnels are actually in use right now, so I know we won't be able to get in them. All we'd be able to do is look at them and maybe fly the drone in front of them. So not too exciting. I was hoping they were some old historic tunnels that we could walk through or something, but I don't think so. I think they still got trains running through them. So I gotta go hit Evanston, and then I'm going the back way back to my house. And hopefully we get there in time. I can show you some more colors. Don't leave yet. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. And now YouTube has a new button, the hype button. Hit that one too. Or take it a step further and push the join button and become a member and get your name on this list. But regardless, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And don't forget, if you can, take the long way home. Not as many colors as I had hoped, but within the next week, we should be at peak color. And this video won't be out until then. So if you're watching this right now, go check out the leaves before they're gone. They don't last very long before they fall on the ground. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time. And thanks for watching. Moose in the road. cow moose.